It's a nice day today. We've had a fair bit of rain here in the UK, and this path where I normally walk, well, not normally, I walk quite often. I think I've done about one video here, is a little bit too wet and a little bit too soggy to actually go walking very far today. In fact, parts of it is like a swamp in places. I was thinking of several things. You know, when I was an elder, one of the things that I disliked doing was having to get to the meetings early. Always at the meetings early. Sometimes to unlock. But normally you'd find that the power tripping elders would come in when they feel like it. And the conscientious brothers would be there to unlock. Used to find that the power tripping and tricking elders, they would leave when they want and leave you to lock up. Be the last one out. There'd be somebody blathering on about something, some old biddy chuntering about something or other, and you want to get your family home, and your family was complaining and the kids were tired. They'd got school the next day. Didn't these dimwits know about that? Well, no, they didn't, did they really? Going back to sort of like the 60s, early 70s, there was this paranoia in our congregation about blood in food. And there was one brother, he was sort of like a bigwig in the congregation at the time. He was drawing up these lists of foods that you could eat and foods that you couldn't. Most bizarre, most bizarre. There were certain types of ice cream that we weren't allowed to have in case it had blood in. I think they'd got wind that some of these things had got lecithin or cochineal in, so we weren't allowed them. This brother had written several letters to different companies asking if they'd got blood products in their food. He got some WTF, duh, replies back, quite rightly I think really, because some of the things were ridiculous. But I'm just wondering, how would they get on today if they still had that paranoia? You know, blood fractions. If there were blood fractions in food, how would they get on? Pause for thought. Round about that time we had a batty old sister in our congregation. She never got married. She remained a kind of an ageing Mary Poppins type. She was alright. She wasn't a nasty person. She was zealous for Watchtower Corporation sales. And she never got married. As I say, she remained a spinster all her life. I don't know whether that was by choice or whether that was by the Watchtower's choice. I really do not know. She's gone now, bless her, so it doesn't really matter. Hear that bird? That's her reincarnated talking to me. No, it isn't really. I'm just pulling your leg. Well, would be a surprise if it was, wouldn't it? You what? Oh, it is her apparently. Yeah, it's just told me. No, I'm only joking. I'm mucking about with you. She was as mad as a bag of rabbits in many ways, and she was the kind of witness that kind of makes the whole Jehovah's Witness cult look and appear to be harmless. You know, these people who are not witnesses, they'll look at their sort of favourite aunt who's a bit batty, so mad as a bag of rabbits, and they'll look at her and think, well, she's harmless, she's just zealous in her religion, not realising that the religion is just a corrupt pyramid business scam with corrupt leaders who are power hungry and money hungry, who appear to be disintegrating from the inside out. Looks like entropy has caught up with the Watchtower and it's dying. The inevitable rust of ages. So this sister, she moved away from our congregation. The last time I saw her was probably in the late 70s, early 80s. And she was still pleasant, still as mad as a bag of rabbits. She remembered us, but by that time she'd decided that she was anointed. Her justification for that was that she was of the generation that was born before 1935, and she was zealous for kingdom interests, trademark for Watchtower Corporation sales. So therefore she must be anointed. Ah dear. The delusion that cult causes. Shame really, innit? Have a pleasant day, my friends. Hugs to you all. Apart from the ones that don't want hugs, of course. And if there's any lurkers out there, please feel free to ask questions. I don't mind. Just don't be rude. Just don't be rude. If you want, you know, if you're asking a sincere question, then ask it. Don't just say, oh, you're an apostate and, you know, God's going to murder you soon. Because that's silly, and people do that to me and then they block me from replying. How cowardly is that? Well, have a lovely day, my friends, wherever you are, and may your God go with you.